one caveat I will give is that any of these members, if Karis is behind the 8-ball, if Jhin is behind or is going like Yomu's plus RFC, they will never kill anybody on this AL team.
Strategy, just pushing WE away from their jungle. Now maybe Tarzan looking for the
Kael.
chase. There's the flash shadow dash onto 2. It is flawless from Kael. And just like that, Tarzan is off and running on his Fury. The satchel onto Erha to flick him back into the team is going to force Tarzan to flash forward. And Erha is now mincemeat to the hounds known as Tarzan. Exactly as we expected. He's 2-0 out the gate.
Opposite sides, it's Mundo top lane, so are we going to be able to camp this? I like this for Breathe. You can just run him down, no flash.
Yep, just walking him on down, and there's nothing for Cube to do.
For WE.
It's such a weird spot to be in, knowing that they're also the comp in this game one that a lot of pieces would enjoy valuable time, especially these solo lanes, being able to try and scale. Or they might just make this catch on to Kael. It's a great flash forward from Erha to get that Tangle Barb down, but Kael's able to flash out and Breathe in the middle of all, with Tarzan joining the fray. Is going to be able to chase down Monki over the wall, gets the first kill. Rune Prince is going to land on top of Breathe. He will go down, and now Tarzan's caught too far forward. AL not on the same page, and WE able to pounce as strong in their 4-stack numbers. Karis picks up a double, and WE arrive to our series. Valuable time is for the scaling of a Rise, the scaling of a Mundo for Cube, and like you mentioned, they're the 2 that split those 3 coveted kills. Karis with that row is just so important here. Do see that Tarzan will be able to pick up all 3 of those grubs, but definitely a bit of an uppercut to the AL rapid start that they got. Got to make sure. Really just these fight lines are a lot more succinct between the 2 squads. Feeling like this is a window for him to secure both of the first 2 early objectives towards the Pandas.
And Slayer, it's happening before my eyes. I'm in deep pain, not just because our third series started at basically 7 a.m., but I am seeing a Serrated Dirk and a Rectrix in the inventory of this Jhin. We haven't been snowballing. He's got 3 assists, so he's basically down 1,000 gold, and they get the turret as well, or disaster class in sequencing. If they get that, this is the Shen ult.
United offensive Shen alongside Tarzan. About immediately has to flash over the wall, but here's Shanks to follow. A flash and a dash, and About is done for. A very errant flash from Monki to try and least straight Kael falls flat, and Karis now has the Realm Warp up, but he has to use it to get away from the Madden Fury, but all he finds is an Olaf waiting for him. He's able to run away from Breathe with the help of the Ghost, but it's still a disaster for Team WE in their own jungle.
And there's just so many small moments there. Just Tarzan going forward with the Shen ultimate. You get the flash out from About, you get the flash from Monki, and then this Realm Warp from Karis. Maybe he thinks they're going to try and dive me. It's Ari with 2 charges of her Spirit Charge.
Old interest, and you're seeing that in droves. Shelly going to crash into the mid lane tier 1 turret to knock it down to about 2 plates, and Breathe is the big winner here with the Dragon secured for Team WE. He picks up an entire turret by himself in the top side.
Something that could be a play for Team WE is the fact that because these lanes are shoved out, there's not really anything for AL to do. Maybe they find Shanks?
Oh, maybe they make this pick on to Shanks happen with the curtain call. Should be able to get this kill over, so that's a big pick to find.
Opportunities. AL, or WE, if they wanted to, they could just freeze these lanes. Oh, Erha.
Yeah, Erha not in the right place at the right time. 1 kill is going to be picked up as they try and look for a turn here onto Monki, onto Tarzan. They're able to pick him off. Shanks is going to try and fly over the wall to get something back here. And it is going to be Breathe is able to clean up a couple of these kills. It's good to see the AL are able to still win some of these skirmishes with Tarzan not playing a big factor.
2 for 3, and you've got 6. You've got 3 grubs. That's a free turret going over to AL. I don't think you have the most damage as Team WE. AL, I think, just maybe feeling a little pressure. W want to make something happen with this Jhin.
Oh, it's going to be a smite win onto the Scuttle Crab as Kael goes in with the Shadow Dash. Charm is going to land on the Monki, but Karis off to the side, able to blow up Kael. And AL still not without their Olaf moving forward. It's instead Tarzan with the Red Starfall. Make sure that the Hound's pursuit does not follow through. Out. Shanks completely jailed. Neither of the mid laners going to really be able to move over. A Realm Warp could get Karis close enough, but his Breeze is looking for the flank with the Blast Cone. Going to pop the Ragnarok. Inferno Bomb comes over across. Erha is going to be the first casualty as Kael arrives to the fray with that Stand United. It's a flash away from Cube, but Monki is going to be the true target. Tarzan looking to chase, going to hop over the wall, and there's no Grand Starfall to stop Monki from dying to AL again. Somehow, Shanks is the first one to move over with this TP, and AL are able to find a fight win as 5 and set their sights on the Baron.
It's the big purple worm going to be taken. Can WE make any answers? Karis, that was your timer to go for a recall, buddy. Looks like you're going to use the Realm Warp to escape this one after all. No Baron. They're going to go for another kill. WE are hitting this mid-tier one.
Shadow Dash onto land into the Charm. Karis going to channel the Realm Warp now. His
He's
Sarah
out.
Shield gives him just enough space to get out. And AL get too greedy. Looking for that kill onto Karis. Going to cost them a Baron play. And now maybe even their AD carries live. Hope, though, with the Satchel Charge, is able to create just enough distance away from Cube. We'll see if he's able to clear out this wave. It shouldn't be that tier 1 turret falling just yet for Team WE. And nope, I spoke too soon.
Demolish.
Cube just knocks that thing down with the Demolish. And
Sarah's shield. He's going to return back to the scene of the crime of top lane. I was really excited, Slayer, because I thought, oh, maybe there's an angle for WE to contest for this dragon, and maybe we get a much more even game. And that ward, it's spotted. They know this is happening. Can they get here in time? Rise can Realm Warp them over. Olaf and Ziggs are still mid.
Tarzan desperately trying to get out. He
Wow.
gets away from the Pop Blossom. Will find and claim him, though. The Root Prison locks down Tarzan, and he is done for. Kael gonna have to flash out as it's Shanks and Breather trying to do the heavy lifting on the back end of this fight, but they can't get onto About. Shanks whiffs the charm. About lands the flash, and Cube is gonna walk down Shanks. Gets one Spirit Rush charge back over the wall, but look at Cube. This Giga Tank will not be denied. Team WE pounce on Tarzan and ace the Pandas home.
He did not do his homework. That one ward sitting in the back of the pit for Team WE might have just saved this game and given them a Game 1 win here. Karis way too tanky with these Chain Crushers and the Seraphs, which, by the way, Seraphs is still alive. It's likely going to get procced here by the Baron.
Justify trying to force this fight is he's starting to learn the hard way how much it's going to take to even get through Cube alone. Inferno Bomb fishing for a steal that will never happen.
We aren't giving it to them. They're jumping right into their fog of war and preventing them from getting anything.
Kael's on a
This
ward.
is cheeky,
Root
man.
Prism, Deadly Flourish, Lockdown, Supreme, Kael style, and the crit shot from About will make it a kill.
WE coming into Split 3 have yet to win a single game versus the top 3 teams here. A 0-2 versus Top Esports, a 0-2 versus BLG earlier last week. This could be them finding a win. With AL sitting at 2nd place right now at 5-1, this could be the point where we actually see them finally take a win against a top 3 team in Split 3.
Oh boy, here we go. Does Tarzan really want this? Nope. It's just the threat of the Mundo. You really can't afford to chase him down, and Erha as a minion has caught Hope lacking again. Satchel Charge creates some distance. It's a nice Shadow Dash to taunt out Monki, and the Q isn't going to land. Aegis Soul has to come up as Tarzan pounces on top of Monki, and here comes Shanks off to the side, but the Rune Prison locks him in place. There's the reset in the House Pursuit. Tarzan's able to find another kill, but Karis with the Seraph Shield goes into the stasis, but he's surrounded by AL. Sure, they can't kill off Cube, but they'll just eliminate all of the damage around him. And now he's going to have to do the damage. Oh my god, that hard steel proc nearly kills out Tarzan on his own. Breeze standing in the fray. 4 members of AL funneling all their damage into Cube, but he just is immortal. He's healing through it all, and he's turning right back on to Tarzan. Cube stands tall up against 4 pandas and survives to tell the tale.
Now that is a maximum dosage of some good old LPL team fighting, baby.
Chemtech map. He's really used these blast cones creatively to get onto that back line. But here we go, Grand Starfall. They're going to go after Breathe. One warp down. They're trying to chase down the Mad Viking, but he's looking for the turn, and the taunt onto Karis is beautiful from Kael. Tarzan flies in the background and tries to go after About. Does cleanse out, finds some distance, and they're able to find the resets onto Erha. Just like that, AO get their miracle engage once more, and they want to try and fight the big tank again. Tarzan with the House Pursuit going to go forward, but it's Cube flashing away. Cube, no access to the maximum dosage, but the GA is going to come up, and he's able to get that ultimate. Now he's healing through it all. Tarzan going to res back up. Vondra trying to get these undertows to get the slows, but Cube is just so massive. He is not taking any damage. It's taking almost 30 seconds to get rid of this Mundo, but AL finally kill off the big tank. Or Cube until there is no one left. There's no other option.
Tarzan, don't do
jump on
this.
Monki, who does have his GA. He's going to go after a bout, though, with the Hound Pursuit. The taunt from Kael, ring with the Stand United, but Tarzan's got to run away. Pop Blossom going to find one, but Breathe is just running amok in the backline again.
AL could have just gone for the mid waves and taken them with 3 grubs, but Baron, they're going to make him try to suffer for it. Maybe they get a steal on the backside. Maybe they chase them out here.
Turn call coming down as they do secure the Baron, Team WE. Looking to try and get some pot shots. Breathe is going to take up that 4th shot, but Shanks is waiting in the wings to see if anyone not named Cube walks into his crosshairs. And About gets right in front of him. The Q whiffs, though, and the Spear Rush charge does nothing. No charm to come out, and Shanks completely boosts a free kill. Tarzan on the back line, and Hope gets blown up by Karis. It's Breathe off to the side, trying to burn through Cube's health bar, but Monki with the GA will come back up, but Breathe doesn't care. Just gets rid of him with ease. It's Karis now trying to stand up to this Matt Olaf, the Sarah Shield will give him just enough distance. Tarzan throws Cost to the win, gets rid of About. Shanks finds that 1 kill, but it's immediately traded back out by Team WE, and holding Baron on 3. They're going to march down mid lane and steal this game 1.
There is no way that we see WE win, and look at how tanky these two guys are right now. We talked about Cube, we talked about Karis, who is just going on a rampage in this game. Game number 1 goes over to Team WE.
Shanks has to watch as such a beautiful early game start for anyone's legend crumbles behind the tankiest of Mundos. Erha picks up the final kill, and Team WE get their first win against. All right.
I think Varus and Tanar is not that much better, right? Like, you're still not going to have a lot of fun. I think that WE have now, if this goes the way that I am into this, you're going to be having Corki spamming rockets, you're going to have arrows, and the Middle East Spears landing.
Oh, man. Dredge line landed over top. Kael going to look to try and re-engage as Tarzan is in the area. Chased under the turret is the WE bottom lane. Desperately trying to get away, and they will be able to survive the gank for now. But it took a whole lot to make sure that happens.
Look how OP, by the way, this Nidalee champion is. Okay, never mind. He should not have done that.
Dredge line forward. Tarzan getting stacked up here, but he's going to find first blood, and he's able to bait Monki in. About looking to try and clean up some of these kills. Gets the hail of arrows down to find one. Dodges a Q from Hope. Piercing arrow goes down. Can he keep dodging these skill shots? Oh my god, About won't get hit by anything. It's finally the stun to land, but he bought enough time for Karis to have TP'd in and pick up the 3rd and final kill.
It's being traded. It's bot lane scuttle. It's Dragon. Nidalee is going to just...
Tarzan also coming off to the side. Let's see if he can try and clean up this kill onto Erha.
They're going to go for this.
The tier 1 turret. They're going to look for this dive. Jump on top of Erha, About trying to coast. Kael off to the side, trying to join back up with his jungler.
Oh, About's dead. About is dead. They need to force the TP here. That's a very, very big win for AL.
Gives them so much of breathing room by this point. Karis going to take over on that Triforce as Shanks looking to land the Abscond Abduct. He's going to use the hijack depth charge, though, and turn back onto Karis. Hookshot going to land on Karis as well. Knockups are starting to stack, and Karis is caught. Hope going to grab that first kill is another Abscond Abduct going to land on top of Erha. Both Erha and Karis out of position, and AL pounce.
Just can't take these early fights like that.
Serve him and his scaling. But Monki's still obviously hunting with these spears. Kyle's going to flash with the hook shot, get Monki trapped in that Hextech ultimatum, and here comes the Rite of Arcane. Flash away from Monki, depth charge is going to land, but About is already done. Hope finds that kill, and a flash away for Tarzan means Monki can't even find that trade, and they have to leave Erha to the wolves. Once again, it's AL pouncing as 5 and continuing.
So we have the front line that I was asking for with Jarvan and this Camille, and Silas is going to get tankier and tankier. If this is a solo kill, I mean, you're just doomed at this point, right? Breeze should just be able to get out, even if he doesn't have flash. And now you're giving up the Herald for this.
Well, there's the slow from the spear, and they're actually able to find that shutdown. So big gold swing here for Karis, but like you mentioned, it will come with a cost. About's got to get his fancy footwork in. Going to flash away from a hook shot. Ride of the Arcane. The last shot finds its mark. Hope locked in after whiffing a couple coveted skill shots onto About earlier. He's been on point with these ultimate uses.
Hey, 3 Grubs in Trinity Force. You're going to get first turret of the game here on the bottom lane. But I just want to look at where the gold is lying. Hope now up almost 1,500, and he's going to get even more. And they're going to just summon the Herald. They want to go for 2 turrets potentially in mid lane. Shanks steals the Dominus, gives them that HP that they're going to need. AL are going to continue to look for maybe the scalings you have access to. But 30 seconds before Dragon Slayer, and no flash for Hope means I'm likely not looking for this.
Kael goes deep with a Hextech Ultimatum. Monki, though, able to use that stat stick to heal himself back up. Teleport's coming galore. It's Cube TPing in, but it's Tarzan going forward because he's found a bound with the Rite of the Arcane. They can drop the damage from half the screen away. A breathe, able to find Monki as the Cataclysm gets on to 2, and it's just a wipe down from AL. What a response after that game 1 throw. They are just dogging down onto Team WE. Flurry of kills. They're up to 13 as their gold lead explodes. Always easy to play when you're playing Jarvan and Gnar, and you don't have just one marksman to pick on. You've got 2. Valkyrie from Karis away from the flag and drag, but more than enough health bar for Tarzan to trade with the turret aggro. And in the mid lane, Hope is in the nightmares of a bout as he kills him again with the Rite of the Arcane.
That time Shanks was kind of in the area, so maybe if we get a corner replay, we get to see exactly what happened. Oh, and they're going to try to kill Cube, or at least cut him off from this wave. They want this turret. It's almost down. It's 1.5. We're bringing 4 players for this, and Hope is going to continue to push mid. Monkey's like, hey, I took blue buff, guys. Not really, though, because I can't really do much in this spot.
Cube pops the dominance to try and make a stand, but the stun synergy is beautiful from AL, and you mentioned it. It was foretold Cube was going to fall there, and it goes down all the same. Hope has found Monki on the back line, trying to just disturb the Xerath, but feels like at this point in the game, Hope is too strong to mess with.
He has 2 items, and he's going kind of where she's going to start being really, really problematic.
Here we go, Rite of the Arcane about, got to flash out of the Cataclysm, but look at the damage that Hope puts out. Hextech Ultimatum going to go down onto Karis, but Erha does have to back out. They're just going to turn and focus Erha on the front line as the stun lands onto Karis, has to flash away from Tarzan. Erha gets packed out. Tarzan still looking to chase further here. Cut off the escape route for Monki and Karis, who do turn around with the Gatling gun and a couple big rockets. But there isn't enough damage to make these kills happen, and they have to always fear the looming threat of Hope deleting them from off their screen.
Dude, Hope is
nail in the coffin for their game 2 chances.
You know, I didn't think about it at the time. Maybe there's a play. Breathe is running down Cube. He's going to go Mega here.
All about. No flash, you're dead. Trapped in the Cataclysm again. Tarzan has the GA, so it doesn't really even matter if he drops here. As Breathe comes in with the Mega Gnar, gets the 2-man ultimate, but it mainly catches on to Cube. Monki can't step up. Erha, Karis, there's no way to move forward with the threat of Hope, and they can't even find a trade kill back. It's 2 more over to AL.
This is just what we talked about from draft, folks. If you're playing Varus, how are you ever supposed to get in range of this Xerath champion?
Shanks pops the Dominus as he hijacks it. Kael tries to trap Karis into that Hextech Ultimatum, but Shanks is going to go down. Monki finds that shutdown until Hope pulls up and rescues it once again. Deletes Karis, and a nice hook shot is going to set up Hope for a double kill courtesy of Kael. It's only Erha that's able to limp away from the mad Xerath from Hope. This time not going to be on top of Vision, but WE know this is happening and feel that they've got to find a way to make this fight work or their game is doomed. Kael trying to go forward onto About, who the Rite of Arcane once again lands on top of. Kael going to flash with the Hextech Ultimatum. Does trade his life 1 for 1, but once again, About is going to drop. As into the background, it is Cube trying to find Hope, and he will get that huge shutdown. Erha engages with the depth charge. It Shanks now, has to do the heavy lifting with the damage, but Karis is pulled up.
Okay.
Shanks going to have to go into the stasis as Tarzan does find Cube. Dunks down onto Erha, but Karis is untouched. And he's able to clean up all of these kills as Monki goes over the wall. It's only Tarzan, and a blast cone is the last thing to keep one member of AL up.
And they're going to go for Baron. They have 3 members here. And the Nidalee heal, that's going to be Baron, but I still don't know if this is going to be enough. Tarzan is looking for jungle privilege now.
Comeback train going. They need to secure this next dragon.
Best part about super minions, or the Baron empowered minions, is that they are so resistant to ability power damage. I say that a single Xerath Q does delete half its minion health, but don't look at that, okay, guys? Just let's believe in the narrative. It makes it much more fun for us at home. It was almost looking. Breathe is split pushing, and he still needs to build up his Mega Gnar. We saw Cube pushed out the bottom lane wave, ready the Arcane to take down this dragon, but I don't think this is beating a Smite here. So no soul for AL for another 5 minutes at the very least. And I like the fact that they've just decided, let's spread ourselves on the map. Let's try to get something on the opposite side, play away from the Baron.
Tarzan has his GA, he's trying to lead the charge forward, but he's only going to find Cube and Monki. Karis is waiting over the Drake Pit wall. His next cycle dominion will be committed onto Monki.
They go for
very
Hope!
tanky, and they're able to find Hope again. It's Karis that picks up that kill. Breathe is too far forward, dealing the bout, and Erha at the same time. And
No
Cube
way.
is unkillable once again. Kael's going to go down. Tarzan, flag and drag, try and get away from Monki, but the Hex Skates are going to get about the flank of a lifetime. Tarzan will watch his GA drop, and it's only going to be Shanks that survives as WWE make another fight work.
Is it going to happen here, Slayer? Is it going to
Wait,
occur?
they have a bot wave.
Perrin is still here for another 20 seconds. They have 3 grubs. I think death timers are just short enough at this time in the game that the game does not end here. But another fight where they're able to find Hope and they're able to completely circumnavigate around this. Big minions are now hitting, and they have an attack state spirit. They might just go for the game. They have double heavy force and the Lich Bane.
Kyle's back up. Hope up in 5 seconds. Tarzan's still 30 seconds away. WE know that if they want to steal this win, they have to go for it now. Riot of the Arcane raining down as the first Nexus turret goes in, but Kael's caught and deleted. Shanks trying to find a way in, but all Team W are still up, and they're just going to hit the Nexus to rob Game 2 and take the series over anyone's legend.
It's an 8-game day, baby! Let's go! The WE fans, another Nidalee game! We're from the jaws of